Right, Q&A time. Alyssa says, you have an unlimited amount of money to remake any Doctor Who serial or episode into a film. Which one would you remake? I think there's lots of classic episodes that could have deserved a little bit more budget, but I wouldn't want to remake them, to be honest. I think it's much better to have original ideas and original stories. The Young Doctor says, what are your first impressions of the new companion? I love her. I actually did a reaction video to the trailer, or the scene, or whatever you want to call it. I watched the video for the fan show and talked about it afterwards. So have a look. Yeah, annotation there. TARDIS Blue has sent 2 questions. The first one is, what's your favourite Ace moment? It's got to be beating up the Dalek in Remembrance of the Daleks. I mean, she's got loads of great moments, but that's the moment that always sticks in my head. Second question, if you were a future incarnation of the Doctor, what would be your costume staple? That's a really good question. Let's have the Doctor wear earrings, like, you know, I'll keep my studs in, question mark studs. There we go, question mark studs. My costume staple would be question mark studs. Dan Peters says, how many Doctors have you met? Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, David Tennant and Peter Capaldi. Oh, I've met John Hurt actually, I've met John Hurt. Simon TK421 says, favourite classic series episode. Now, I find it really hard to choose favourites. I have a handful of favourites. I don't have a favourite, but I have a handful of favourites. My favourite classic episodes are the Dalek Invasion of Earth, Remembrance of the Daleks, 5 Doctors, Death to the Daleks, quite like the Demons quite a lot. That was my first Pertwee. So the list goes on really. I think it just depends on what mood I'm in. Wazzy Jones says, what's your favourite piece of Murray Gold music? I really love the 12th Doctor's theme. I think it's really heroic. Gallifrey. Vale Validation probably, it's probably called. It's David Tennant's Regeneration. And I shouldn't like it because, you know, it just reminds me of, you know, the traumatic moment where, I saw my doctor go. Phyllis or Phyllis says, if you could write an episode of Doctor Who, what would you make it about? I'm not telling you my ideas. I don't know if I've got the talent to write an episode. I'm not a writer. I am a writer in that I write videos, or YouTube videos and you know, short comedy sketches and things like that, presenter links. But in terms of writing a big fictional piece like an episode of Doctor Who, all of my ideas are really, really niche and nobody would want to watch them. You'd be going to the 80s all the time. You'd be going to meet synth pop bands. Pet Shop Boys would probably be in every single episode because of my obsession with London's Burning. We'd have to go to the 90s probably as well, go and witness all of the fantastic clothing in the 80s and the 90s. So I think people will get bored of that very, very quickly. Ben Willets says, when did you first become a fan of Doctor Who? I discovered Doctor Who in 2005. My first episode of Doctor Who was The Empty Child. I found it completely by accident, just flicking through channels, trying to find something to watch. Una, Starkid fan. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but I will call you Una for now. What's your favourite word? And would you use it as a catchphrase? Okay, I don't know if I have a favourite word. I have words that I use a lot. I say amazing quite a lot. Oh wow! I say oh wow quite a lot. Maybe my catchphrase will be, oh wow, there's a Dalek. Oh wow. Christopher Johnson says, have you even done nothing? I ain't even done nothing. Dan says, how many Nymons have you seen today? 3! Missy Gomez says, have any of the Doctor Who cast ever complimented your quiff? Peter Capaldi said that I had the best hair on television. He's got the best hair on television in my opinion, so it meant a lot coming from him. Enderblaze says, where did you buy your Capaldi jackets from? The navy jacket is like a licensed BBC like merchandise replica, which you can buy them online. The red velvet jacket is actually a lady's vintage coat, second-hand coat that I found on eBay. Hoovy the Hayden says, what would your dream cosplay be? Well, the costumes I know I definitely want to do is the Third Doctor. I would like to, at some point, do the blue 10th Doctor suit. I've never done the blue 10th Doctor suit, and the 10th Doctor is like my cosplay. It's like the one that I do, quite a lot, and I've never done the blue suit, so I'd love to do the blue suit. I really want to do a London's Burning cosplay. So London's Burning, for those of you who don't know, is a TV series that aired in the UK in the late 80s and throughout the 90s and into the early noughties about the fire service. and have always actually secretly wanted to cosplay as one of the characters and put together a fireman outfit or uniform, but from that time period. Actually, one of my dream cosplays I'm actually making. My fantasy cosplay, which I never thought I'd get round to doing, was a Pet Shop Boys outfit that was worn for the most recent tour, and it's actually made out of thousands and thousands and thousands of drinking straws, you know, and I joked about the straws with my friends, and, you know, I thought, oh, should I do it? Should I do it? And then recently I was like, do you know what? I'm actually going to do it. And I ordered loads of, I've got about 6,000 straws at the moment, and I'm slowly putting them all together. And it's taking a long time. Finn F says, if you could travel with any of the Doctor's incarnations, who would you travel with? The person I'd feel safest with is John Pertwee's Doctor. He's got the most authority. Even though he has raised his voice and he has gone, come on, Joe. But I do feel like he is really on it. You'd feel safe with him, I think. Thank you so much for sending in your questions, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
There's been a dark prophecy in this. Ian Levine's diary.